definitely, we were just talking about the struggles in the minors and all that. We want to cut now though to the trade when you go from Pittsburgh to Tampa.
Yeah.
What's now known as maybe one of the biggest fleeces in MLB history. Obviously, with your you were a player to be named later in that though, right? Like,
It was. Yep.
So first of all, before we even get into the actual trade, how was that? Like, when the trade first happens, I don't know if you were close with Austin Meadows or Tyler Glasnow at the time. But when you first see the player to be named later, are you thinking like you could be like one of those guys? Like, do you know anything about that or at all or no?
At the time, I really didn't know them that well. I mean, they were both kind of in the big leagues, and I was, in my first full season in the Appalachian League. But I had maybe had a couple interactions with both of them, and they were both super awesome dudes. Definitely some of our top prospects. Like everybody was, they were the next guys and all that. And yeah, I mean, I just remember seeing the trade a couple weeks before, being like, oh, okay, well, a player to name later. I'm like, not thinking, there's however many players in our organization. I'm like, I have a 1 in 150 shot, I guess. I don't know. Like, I didn't know what to think. But yeah, basically when they told me, I was very, very surprised. And it kind of felt like being drafted as far as the turnaround of just like, get called in the manager's office. Hey, you just got traded to the Rays. Thank you for everything. You can clean out your locker and you'll get a call soon. And it was just like, boom.
Wow.
It's like, okay.
So like
yeah, it's
Shane,
like, all right.
Like Shane, I had
or
like the draft, but like our experience was very different. I'll touch on mine real quick.
Yeah, I want to hear that too.
So yeah, because I was traded in the offseason.
Big deal.
COVID.
Big
trade. And obviously that was a big trade too. But I'm just going to go real quick on mine. But basically all that happened was I get a call in January and it was from Jared Porter. I don't know if Jaron probably knows. That's GM for like 2 weeks before he got – he was like the GM for 2 weeks because there was a scandal. Not so good. But, yeah, he called me up. And I declined the call twice because I didn't know the number.
You didn't have the number, yeah.
Yeah. And then I got a text saying who it was. And it was like 10 in the morning. And I texted my buddy and was like, oh, like, that's Matthew Allen. And I was like, hey, Matt, like, did Jared text you? Like, maybe he's just checking in because he's new. And I'm not thinking straight, but I get downstairs and I'm like, wait, the GM wants to talk? This probably means I'm traded. So then I call him and he just short and sweet, you've been traded to Cleveland. Like, do you have any questions? And I didn't have any questions. I kind of was shocked. Yeah. And then I just refreshed Twitter for an hour just to see the trade and who else was going. I didn't know who I get traded for, like nothing. I was just curious. Yeah, but different. But I agree with you on the fact that it's like the draft. When you go to a different org like that, it's like, especially for me, because I was I hadn't had a full season with the Mets yet. This was my first full season was going to be with Cleveland. So it was exactly like you said. It was just like being drafted all over again.
Yeah, it's very weird. I don't think that you can ever like be ready for it or expect it. It definitely like shows you the business side when it does happen. But I got to play with Archer last year, and he was awesome. He was an awesome dude.
Yeah, he's always been like a fan favorite and a cool guy to watch.
Dude, like great in the clubhouse, like very, very approachable for me. I mean, he introduced himself to me and I was kind of like, oh my God, like there's Arch, like this dude, 2-time All-Star, maybe 3-time All-Star, at the top of the game, Rays legend. But yeah, he was awesome, dude. He was very fun to ask questions and just kind of be around.
So on the same team at that time was everyone from the trade.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
That is wild, yeah.
Glass too.
Yeah,
I love
really
Meadows and Glass now. They're both awesome.
Yeah, so you get traded to the Rays, and it's safe to say that from then it went very smoothly from the standpoint you pitched very well in the minor leagues. Like, you rocketed up prospect charts, and then, you had good statistics, and you get called up against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah.
What was that experience? First, getting the news, how surreal was that?
Yeah.
And then pitching against the Blue Jays and that lineup that had Springer, Guerrero, just all these Bichette, like
Teoscar. We were looking at the list last night and we are like, holy shit, like this guy's first start, all these dudes. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we were in Charlotte. It was like a week left in the season, maybe, or a few days in AAA. And I remember packing for that trip and just being like, God, I don't have any clean clothes. Like, I'll bring what I have that's clean, and like, I'll just have to either find a way to do laundry there, like maybe, pay the clubbies to help me out. And so I go, and sure enough, I pitch on Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and Sunday we have our last game of the series, and I'm like getting ready to go back to Charlotte. Have zero clean clothes at this point. I've worn all of them. And the manager is like team meeting before the game. And like, we have Brady Williams, who just got promoted to be our third base coach. I literally love him to death. Like, one of my favorite managers I've had. Very, pretty strict, but like very, awesome dude. But he kind of does not put up with BS like that. And so we're all like, oh, damn, like, what did we do? Like, everybody's like, oh, shit, like, we messed up bad. And this is our first team meeting of the year. Like, we're like, oh, man, like, did somebody get caught on like a scooter or something? Because we weren't allowed to be on them. And he like brings the whole team in, and he's like, yeah, we're going back to Durham tomorrow. Or going back tonight after the game, but we won't have one guy with us. He's like, Shane, you're going to start against the Blue Jays on Tuesday. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, I just kind of lost it. I was just, like, so surprised. And that was also one of the most fun teams I've been on. So everybody was awesome there. And it was literally like, okay, that night, go to the Charlotte airport and fly to Tampa and play catch the next day at the Trop, and Tuesday was like, let's go, it's time.
Did you pitch with a dip in?
I plead the fifth on that. It's grinds. It's the coffee grind. So yeah, we're gonna stick with that. Yeah.
Well,
but I also blame Raj for that.
That was a Raj thing.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I did actually. We were going to ask you something else, but while we're on the topic, and I was talking about this with Josh last night. Are a lot of guys now that like weed's legalized and like MLB is kind of relaxing on their weed policies? Are there a lot of guys? You don't have to give names or any specific details, but I'm just curious. Are there a lot of guys who are like smoking weed before a game or playing while high? I'm just curious.
Oh, dude, I haven't heard or seen of any of that. I'm pretty sure that there is a clause in there that you're not supposed to be, under the influence of anything at the field or during the game or any of that. So I haven't seen any of that. Gotcha. I probably would not know what to think if I did.
What about Doc? Was that guy Doc Ellis? Was he the one who pitched on? Was it LSD?
Oh, on LSD.
Oh, yeah.
None of that, Shane.
Legendary.
Yeah, he's a legend. No, I haven't. I have not seen anything like that. If I do, I'll let you know. But
no, if you do, you got to let us know.
Sure, guys.
So we can interview that person because
so y'all can interview them. Yeah. Because I can guarantee it will not be me. So yeah, I'll get you guys an actual interesting guest. But no, I'm sure, especially in the places where it's legalized, I'm sure guys like to use it to, whatever, relax after the game. But I haven't seen that at all yet.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So you went from the Blue Jays game to you pitched against Miami, but then you go to Yankee Stadium, and
Yeah.
The Yankees needed to win that game. Was that pretty intimidating, or do you not even realize like the magnitude of the game from just how focused you are when you're out there?
I mean, I think once you throw the first pitch, you kind of forget about it. I was feeling good because of that Miami game. I really felt like I got in the groove that I wanted to and went deep in the game and kind of, was able to land my pitches how I wanted. And I got a pretty funny story about that one. But basically, the night before we clinched first place. So that was a Saturday night. And, we pop bottles in the clubhouse and everybody has a good time. And I don't have my car there. And I'm like, I'm not driving home. So I Ubered to the field the next day. And I'm like, dude, I don't feel very good. Like, we had a noon game. And I'm just like, dude, I don't feel very good. Like, tried to eat something and my stomach was just not having it at all. Like, just did not feel good at all. And sure enough, went out and probably had one of the best games of the season I had. So after that, I was like, dude, like,
I can do anything.
yeah, I can deal with that. Like, I can deal with being a little under the weather, whatever.
Yeah.
And going to New York was awesome because my dad growing up was a big Yankees fan. And, he got to go on that trip. So that was awesome for me. Just warming up in the bullpen and seeing him like kind of right above the bullpen, like hanging over. I'm like saying, what's up?
Sure no one.
Just seeing him there. Yeah. Just seeing him there, like excited and like,
He was in a Rays.
like
he was in a Rays shirt.
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay,
like,
yeah, I was gonna say then
Yeah.
Nobody's talking trash to you while you're warming up.
No.
There.
I will say, like, some people were saying some stuff to me, like, I respect it. Yankees fans, like, they're passionate, they want to win, they'll do whatever to win. And like, there were some people that said some stuff to me, and Raj is kind of looking like what's their deal? Like, what? Why are they talking trash? And I'm like, that's just like what they do. That's just what they do here. And yeah, but that was pretty awesome. That was game 161 or 162.
Yeah, it was very deep into the season.
Yeah, and Brandon Lau hit 3 homers that game. It was ridiculous. Like, I mean, top of the first inning, he hit a homer, and we were up 2 or 3-0, and I'm just like, oh, okay, like that takes a lot of pressure off me. Like,
yeah, you started in your first 3. Like, that's pretty crazy for a 22-year-old to go out his first 3 games with 3 dubs. That just also shows,
Yeah, I didn't get the win. I didn't get the win in New York because I didn't pitch 5 innings, but we did win, which was nice. It's just a good feeling in the clubhouse afterwards.
And then you
Makes
go
everything
to
a little better.
Boston. That's for the playoffs. I've seen the videos of the guys that warm up in that bullpen. Was that pretty intimidating? Because they're right there. The fans are behind you.
Luckily I got to throw at home game 2.
Okay.
But game 4, we were down 2-1, and Cash came up to me before the game and was like, hey, you're going to be in the bullpen tonight. Because initially they were like, hey, if we go game 5, it's you. I'm like, okay, cool. And then he's like, hey, actually, you're going to be in the bullpen tonight. And I was like, oh, God, okay. Like, let's do it. And, I mean, it's like 40-something degrees. Like, it's cold. It's windy. It's drizzling a little bit. And I just remember sitting in the bullpen, and we started McHugh that game and probably used like 8 or 9 different pitchers. And the only ones left down there were me and JP Fireheisen. And it's a tied game in the 8th inning. And we're both looking at each other like, well, one of us is going in. Like, kind of like we're the only 2 left down here.
Right.
Like, that's it. And so we're both kind of getting up and stretching and throwing plyos, whatever, just getting loose. And oh my God, dude, the fans were going crazy. They do like a song there in the 7th or 8th inning,
Sweet Carolina.
or maybe going in the 9th inning.
No, it's the
Yes.
7th. They do.
Well, they
Sweet
do.
Carolina,
They do Sweet Caroline, and then they do Shipping Up to Boston.
Oh, right.
And that song is insane. Like, that was like, seeing that was like, I hadn't seen anything like that before.
Was that your first time at?
Cool.
Was that your first time at Fenway Park, like for the playoff start?
Yeah, first time at Fenway. Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, that was my first time at Yankee Stadium. Like I hadn't been to any of those parks. It was nuts.
So you're a rookie.
Then you got to play there.
Yeah, rookie on a playoff run.
Yeah.
And that's your first time entering Yankee Stadium and Fenway Park. Insane, just insane.
Yeah.
Most people are graduating college at 22, and you're pitching in big games against the Yankees and Red Sox.
Dude, I know. It was a blast. Like it was a heck of an ending to the year. Wish we could have pulled off that, that playoff series, but you got to just think about next year.
Yeah, there'll be plenty more.
Yeah, I hope so. That's the plan.
Yeah, so Shane, in September you underwent Tommy John surgery, right?
Yeah.
First of all, how's the recovery process going with that? I know obviously tough times, I'm sure, difficult road ahead to get back there, but how's the recovery been so far?
I mean, I've been blessed that it's been good so far. I think I had surgery like late September, very end of September, so I'm almost like 3.5 months, somewhere around there. Like probably 2.5 months, 2 months until I get to start playing catch and all that. So, I mean, it's gone really well. Super thankful to, the doctors that helped me, and the PT I'm doing here has been really good. And yeah, I mean, it's feeling like I got like a normal arm again. I almost feel like I could like throw right now if I needed to. So,
they're like
it's
an
going
inch,
really
like
good.
You really want to take it. Yeah.
Dude, like I got a baseball sitting right here like that. I just sit here and just hold like all the time. Like I'm just like, oh, I can't wait.
So in season, do you travel with the team or do you stay at a certain place?
So all of the injured list people will be at Tropicana just doing rehab. All season, won't be traveling unless there's kind of like maybe a special occasion. But yeah, I'll be at the Tropicana with the team there, just rehabbing and building up throwing wise, and work on my body and finish up the PT and stuff.
Do you get to suit up, or do you when the games start, you have to get you get kicked out? Because I guess I don't know if there's a roster rule where you can't be there, but
yeah. So if you're on the injured list, you can be in the dugout. So
that's pretty cool.
Usually I'll sit and watch the game. Yeah, I mean, I just like watching it, and I like talking to teammates about what they think, the veteran guys. What would you throw here? Like, what would you not throw here? Stuff like that. And I just like trying to learn as much as I can. Like that's really the only thing I can do right now. So I'll definitely be doing that and just, trying to soak it in and just watch and learn as much as I can.
For sure.
So are you supposed to, I mean, I read that you're going to miss the 2023 season, but hypothetically, if the recovery process was going was going better than you guys expected, is there a chance you could return to the Rays at some point in 2023, or is that just completely off the table?
I mean, I honestly don't know. Obviously, I listen to them and trust them with everything. So kind of whatever they think. But, I mean, that's not really the plan right now. But I don't know if I'm feeling good, I am super ahead or something like it. I'm sure it could be a possibility, but I have no idea. Kind of just trying to take it slow and go one day at a time type of thing.
Well, you remember when Marcus Stroman tore his ACL and they thought it was going to take like a whole year, and he ended up making it back. I think, what was that, like 2015? I think, for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's the only thing I gotta say about that. ACL and UCL are very different, and teams are gonna take those two things, especially for a pitcher, very differently. So I'd have to imagine. I mean, Shane knows best. Yeah, but I think like a team would probably be very cautious on.
Yeah, definitely play it safe
Yeah,
in that aspect.
Yeah,
I
especially
mean, we
being
saw
so young
Glasnow
too.
come back at the end of this year. I
yeah,
don't know what his timeline was, but man, he came back and looked awesome for us at the end of the season in the
Yeah.
playoffs. So I don't remember exactly when he had surgery, but I mean, he looked great.
Yeah, so here we are, Shane, 2023. We Rays fans have seen flashes of your potential. Obviously, everyone's been hyping you up now for years. You're probably going to
Yeah.
miss all of this coming season, but next year, 2024, you will be coming back.
Yeah.
So what are your future goals moving forward?
I mean, I think just helping a team win and being a guy on that team that they feel like they can rely on, just being a steady workhorse for them and just really getting as much out of myself as I can. I think baseball is a lot of, mental, like it takes a lot of mental toughness and strength just to like get through a season. And I mean, just, I love that aspect of it and just trying to do the best that I can. And I don't really have any like, oh, I really want to make this many all-star games or whatever. It's like I've loved being on a team that's competing, and it's made it so much more fun and makes you want to work even harder. It's like it's I think just being on a winning team would be great.
100%, 100%. And the Rays, I mean, even though they have obviously a smaller market, smaller payroll, they're still able to year in and year out stay competitive, make the playoffs more often than not. So why do you think so many players go to Tampa and they're able to succeed consistently? Like why do you think that is?
Yeah, I mean everybody jokes there's something in the water like in our stadium or something, but I think it's just a combination of like we're so good at acquiring players. Like our front office does a good job of doing their research and um, finding guys that they like and helping them find what they're good at or just giving them some direction can help a lot sometimes. I'm not sure what it is, but I've loved it so far. I mean, it is a smaller market, but like it's pretty cool whenever it seems like everyone that's a big fan is very like they're true fans. They're not like, if I see somebody in downtown St. Petersburg at like, a coffee place or something, they're so nice,
Awesome.
they're, we hope you get back healthy soon and all that stuff. So it's like, they're very genuine and I've loved it so far. And I mean, it's a good division to play in. It's been a lot of fun, but, yeah, I mean, it's
Jaron,
definitely a good place to play.
do I have time for one question?
We could do like I
Yeah.
say let's go for like three more questions. Also, Josh, huge apologies. I'm not sure, but I think for the first half I might have forgotten to press record. So I guess we'll figure it out later, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, I know
Trial and
we got some
error.
good stuff. Yeah. Opening day, we're rusty. I don't know if it automatically recorded or if there's the audio version that will get the first part of it, but
Okay,
we'll figure it out.
hopefully, but I do have to ask. I feel like this could be good, but so you faced Aaron Judge last year.
Yeah.
That was a year that one of the greatest years of all time, many consider, for a hitter. When the
I
guys
know
in
where
that
this is going.
when the guys in that kind of groove, he got you once, but you got
He
him
did
once.
give me once.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So, like, what was your mindset when you faced him? I guess the first time, and then the second time because it was a pretty big moment. The second time because it was basically loaded, right?
Yeah. So it
So
wasn't
what was
the first
there?
time. It wasn't the first time I faced him. I actually got to face him in 2021
Yeah, for last
at
year.
Yankee
Yeah.
Stadium, and I think I walked him or something. But I was like, I've seen him before. I didn't really have any type of like, oh, I'm really going to stick with this pitch here or any of that. But first at bat, I remember thinking like, okay, I got nobody on. Like, I got to go at him. Like, this is the time to do it. And so I think I threw a first pitch slider for a ball, and then I threw another one for a strike, and he hit a fly ball to center field. And I remember being like, okay, like, all right, this dude's like leading the league in everything, which he's also an awesome dude from what I've heard. And he's very fun to compete with because he's so good. But I remember being like, okay, like I can get him out. Like it's possible, like, and then the second at bat, he comes up and I'm like, okay, nobody on again. Like I got to go right at him. Can't walk him. Like I don't want to be one of those people that doesn't pitch to him. Like I'm not putting him on base and letting, Rizzo or Stanton hit with runners on. Mm-hmm. And so I threw him a first pitch slider again and kind of hung it, and he got it. Like he hit it pretty good. And I remember just being like, damn, like at least it was like to probably the best hitter in baseball right now. Yeah. And I remember at the end of the season, like seeing all of the mashups, they'd be like, oh, all of Aaron Judge's 62 home runs. And like, it would be like super fast. And I just remember being like, oh yeah, there's
waiting
me.
for your part.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, there's me.
One of the many Judge victims. Yep.
Yeah. Literally. I'm like, he doesn't get that record without me. So like, I should definitely get something in return, but
a piece of the contract.
You are part of history. Yeah.
Dude, I'm like anything, like something.
That's awesome.
But, and then the third at bat was good because I had bases loaded and I was like, well, now I have to get him or it's going to get ugly. We're up like 1-0 at the time. So I was like, all right, well now I have to get him. But yeah, or we were up 2-1 maybe. And yeah, I got him that at bat. So I'd say we're pretty even right now, but he's a very good hitter, good approach.
For sure.
Would you say Judge is the toughest guy you've ever faced?
He's up there. I don't think of anyone else where I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd rather face Judge than him. Like,
do you have like a top 5 list of like toughest guys you've ever faced?
In no particular order.
Yeah,
I would say Judge is up there. Goodness. I would say like Springer's probably up there. Vlad is up there. Vlad Jr.
Springer's tough because he keeps that bats alive too. Like he's pesky. He's tough to get out.
Oh yeah, and like he has such a good eye that you throw a good pitch and you're like, how do you not swing at that? Like,
right?
Like, am I tipping my pitches or something? Like, how does he know? It's like he knew it was coming. And I'm trying to think of other people. Rizzo is a good hitter too. Let me think of some other teams that I played against. I'd say like probably like trying to think of somebody that got me a little bit. I would say maybe I'll just go with Stanton. That's easy too.
I was thinking that he
hits the ball so hard. Huh?
Did he ever get you?
I don't think so. Oh, I could throw in like Devers or Bogarts.
Oh yeah,
they're both freaks too. They're both very good. Bogarts is pretty good.
Yeah, Josh, we have time I think for like one more question. Do you have any question you want to ask Shane here to wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm good. You got any more?
Okay, I have one final question, Shane. This was kind of sent in by a few people because there's some people who are like, Rays are a smaller market, Tropicana. So I was kind of wondering, we've heard rumors of the Rays potentially moving cities. We've heard like Montreal. Some people have said Vegas. Is there a city that like you would think would be a cool maybe expansion for the Rays if they were to move out of Tampa? Or would you rather – I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm just asking you, how do you feel about it, maybe an expansion?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about the stadium stuff for a little bit now. Obviously, there's so much like stuff at play for that. Like I have no idea what all goes into that. And like, it's probably a ridiculous amount of logistics and all that. And I don't even know who gets to decide ultimately, but I mean, I honestly don't hate the Trop. Mm-hmm. It's nice that it's inside. I mean, I'd guarantee if we had a stadium like in either St. Pete or Tampa Bay, like either one, I'm sure it would like just having a new stadium. I feel like kind of,
It will bring
it
fans.
just makes people want to go. Yeah, it just makes people want to go more because it's new and all that. They haven't seen it before. And I mean, like I said, I have no idea what even would make that happen. But
Yeah.
I mean, I like Tampa. Like, I kind of want to stay there.
Tampa seems so fun. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's good.
And
I have no idea,
Florida's such a baseball state. Like, you're telling me we can't find room for 2 teams in Florida with all the talent we've seen come out of there. And I know I've been to Florida a lot. I know people there love baseball. Like, it would suck to see the Rays leave. I personally think they should just build like a new stadium in Tampa, like another part of Tampa.
Yeah, I don't know what year that we're like the trial is finished or any of that, but hopefully I'm still there. But yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, going to like a Bucks game. I got to go to a Bucks game, and I need to go to a Lightning game. But they both, I mean,
you think the Bucks are going to win the Super Bowl this year?
No, because I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, and we play them in the first round. So
they're losing.
I got to keep the faith. Yeah,
are you gonna go to the game? It's in Dallas, right?
No, dude. Tampa has the home field advantage because they won their division.
That's terrible. I
don't know what the record is. So like, it's a really big.
They had a losing record. I saw a thing that
did they?
Yeah, I think 8-9. Yeah, that was like what was the year? Was it the Seahawks?
I mean, it was the Cowboys like a year or two ago. We were 8-8 and got home field.
Yeah, I remember one of those years, like the Seahawks had one of the teams had home field that didn't deserve it, and I think it was the Beast Mode year. But yeah, it always.
Yeah, that was like when they were 7-9, I think, and won the West somehow because the NFC West was like way back in the day.
My sneaky pick though is the Niners. I mean, they've won 10 in a row, I think.
I like that pick, to be honest. And that Purdy guy is playing out of his mind.
Or the Bills. They're just
thought from the beginning of the year that the Chiefs were a sleeper team because everyone forgot about them.
They just forget about them because they're good literally every single year.
They're good, and there's no Jackson Mahomes drama this year.
Thank God.
No drama.
Dude,
they did lose to the Colts. They lost to the Colts earlier this year.
I had Jonathan Taylor. That was the worst fantasy pickup.
Oh, I had him too.
Shame on you.
Well, I traded for him. I traded for him.
Oh, that's even worse.
I traded for him like week 4. I was like, you know what? This guy's going to turn it up. And then he was like injured for like 4 weeks. And bad year.
I will throw out a subtle brag. Me and Taylor Walls ran our fantasy football team for the Rays, and we lost in the semis. But in my other 2 leagues that I ran by myself, I won both of them.
Oh, okay.
So, pretty good.
I guess you could say I'm future
GM.
Future MLB player turned NFL GM, Shane Baz.
Honestly, like, I might have a future.
Hey. We'll keep an eye on that, Shane. Well, Shane, I wish we had more time to ask you more questions. Me and Josh probably come up with like a million more, but I don't want to hold you too long here. Thank you so much for joining us as our first guest, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all.
It'd be great to maybe reconnect like a year from now when after the Tommy John settle a little bit and you're back in the big leagues.
Yeah. Once y'all are all blown up, and I'm gonna have to beg y'all to come back on.
Oh, hopefully, man. Hopefully. No, we'll always make room for you, Shane. You're the first guy, so.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me on. It was an honor to be the first.
Hell yeah, man. First of many.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, Shane. Well, best of luck with the Tommy John recovery and everything coming up for you in the next year. Again, just thank you so much. Best of luck with everything.